Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm very glad that the chairman raised the issue of Alzheimer's, the drug. We did not have a conversation with each other coming into this hearing, but I want to take up the same issue. And it is a demonstration that there is a really deep concern on both sides of the aisle on this. I see, as I expressed to you when we spoke, a disconnect between CMS, the FDA, and the VA on new treatments for mild Alzheimer's. By July 6th, as you know, the FDA will determine whether lecanemab is it's a new treatment for mild Alzheimer's, whether it will qualify for full approval. This will be the traditional FDA approval. That's the gold standard, not an accelerated approval. That's already in place. The VA has already said it will cover this drug as long as patients meet the criteria for use. Currently, and I'm sure you're well aware, tens of thousands of veterans with mild Alzheimer's can go to their VA neurologist, be assessed, and receive a prescription. But it's unclear whether the estimated 1 million Medicare patients who could benefit from the treatment would be able to access the FDA-approved drug in July. And in order to access the drug, they may need to enroll in what you described to me as a CMS-approved prospective comparative study, like a registry. So I have just a few quick questions. They're not long answers. They're really yes or no. Has Medicare ever required participation in a registry for a fully FDA-approved drug before?
Let me start by saying that registries are not a study, so just to be clear.
But have you ever done this before?
We have, registries are something that we have done, but I can get back to you on details about that.
Has CMS published any details about the required registry for fully approved Alzheimer's treatments besides the general description that's in the April 22 memo?
Not beyond that, but
okay.
We intend
do you know of any doctor's offices or health systems who are prepared to enroll Medicare Alzheimer's patients in the registry beginning in July?
We welcome doctors to do so.
No, but do you know of any that are prepared to enroll? Any doctor's offices or health systems?
We wouldn't know that until FDA fully.
Have you published any information to Alzheimer's patients and their families explaining how to get the drug under Medicare?
We will do so.
But it's not done?
That's correct.
Okay, so here's the thing. If doctors don't know, if patients don't know, and Medicare doesn't really seem to know what this registry entails, how are Medicare patients going to get the drug potentially beginning in July? That's really the $64,000 question in my mind. Let me describe to you two constituents. One is a grandfather and a veteran. He has coverage. He's been diagnosed. His wife was also diagnosed. She's not a veteran. How do I, or any of us, explain that to our constituents? This is, as you said, and have said many times, this is a devastating disease. And I don't think this can be treated as 17 months of a little additional hope. This drug comes out, families across the country are going to be clamoring for it. Medicare is not prepared from your answers. You're adding layers to this. The VA is doing something very different. And there is, as I said, there's a huge concern here. This is a progressive disease. We know that early intervention with progressive diseases is really essential. So I hope that you will leave this hearing with a new commitment and a new view of how to do this, because you're not prepared. And the beginning of July is like 2 months away, 8, 9 weeks away. So I give you the opportunity to.
Well, we're out of,
well,
I'm
all
sorry,
right,
we're
yeah.
out of time. Hopefully you have a chance during the
really-
hearing to answer that,
really-
because I want to hear your answer as well.
Okay, thank
Absolutely.
you, Mr. Chairman.